it's your girl Nara. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will be reviewing the movie Waiting to Exhale. Everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and before I give my final thoughts, let's do a quick recap. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. The film opens with four beautiful melanated friends as they separately prepare to bring in the new year on, of course, New Year's Eve. We are formally introduced to Savannah as she is in the process of heading to a blind date. Next up is Bernie, whom is putting the finishing touches on her makeup so she can attend a company party with her husband. She is halted in her tracks when he tells her that he will not be attending the party with her but with his mistress instead. He basically gives her a verbal Dear Jane letter by leaving her for a Caucasian woman. Then we have Robin, whom is spending the night alone. Lastly, we have Gloria. She too is also spending the night alone, since her teenage son Tariq is going out with friends. Savannah arrives at the Hermosa. She meets her blind date, Lionel. The two have a brief conversation and would have probably danced the night away, and then some, had they not been interrupted by Denise, Lionel's supposed friend. It is now the next day, and Robin is hanging out at Gloria's beauty shop Oasis. They get the news from Joseph that John left Bernie. Bernie, still in disbelief and at her lowest, sends the kids off to school. She then re-enters the home and destroys all of John's things inside the closet, including the car, by setting them on fire. Robin has a winter appointment with the unattractive and inexperienced Michael, who lasts all of 60 seconds. Afterwards, he promises her the moon, stars, and all of the above. We will see how things turn out later on in the movie. Savannah visits Bernie. The two engage in small talk and have drinks. Tariq's father visits Gloria. Still strung out on the wiener, insists that they knock boots. He declines and finally comes clean about being a gay man. He then gives her a verbal ultimatum to relate to Tariq that goes on deaf ears. Savannah links back up with Lionel, whom has no real income, brags about being a vegetarian, then inhales 3 hot dogs like it's his last meal. A real bum, of course. The two fool la la, he lasts all of 60 seconds as well. Bernie storms into the office spitting fire and slapping bitches up. We learn that John has emptied out the bank account, so she really doesn't have the financial means to take care of their children's day-to-day expenses. Gloria catches Tariq getting some sloppy toppy, and in the process, she furiously let it slip that his father's gay. Bernie meets with a divorce lawyer and opts for a new look by cutting her hair into a pixie cut. The four friends catch a happy hour. It's here that Michael walks in with another woman, and all those false promises he promised our girl Robin go straight out the window. She quickly starts seeing Troy, and things seem to be on the up and up. That is until she discovers his little problem. The party they attend together looked like a straight up drug orgy to me. The two end up back at her crib at the end of the night. He invites her to his mother's barbecue, and that's that on that. But then we also learn that he may have stolen her wallet. She ends up linking up with the only man she has ever loved / her forever sneaky link, Russell. And you know what happens next. That Sunday, Troy shows up visibly intoxicated and 2 hours late to pick her up for the barbecue. She ends up breaking things off with him. Gloria meets new neighbor Marvin King, whom she will later fall in love with. Bernie is temporarily granted $3,000 a month until the courts thoroughly go through John's finances. At the bar, she meets civil rights attorney James Wheeler, whom she ends up having a non-sexual intimate encounter with. Savannah is visited by Kenneth, her married lover, after 7 years. He is supposedly still in love with her, but in reality never will leave his wife because of their daughter. Nevertheless, the two fool la la by the end of the night, reopening old wounds. Over time, Gloria's chemistry with Marvin deepens and Tariq is accepting of it. The friends celebrate Gloria's birthday. The wine is flowing, so of course the foursome are a little buzzed. Things almost go left when Bernie calls John's mistress, but eventually let it go when Gloria reasons with her. Gloria and Marvin have a minor disagreement about her being an overbearing parent and not letting Tariq spread his wings as a man. She would rather for him to not pursue his dreams in Spain and stay home with her. This conversation gets through to her and she eventually agrees to let him go. Robin and Russell are still going back and forth. We later learn the backstory of their situationship. Robin quit her job and moved to the city Russell lived in. After arriving, she found out she was 3 months pregnant. Russell dumped her. She ended up having an abortion and hadn't told a soul until present day with Savannah. After the deep conversation, Savannah ended up breaking things off with Kenneth. Bernie ends up being rewarded $1.5 million in the Phoenix Municipal Savings and Loan Association, 2 houses, 500,000 in stocks and bonds, and the station wagon in the divorce settlement. Robin breaks things off with Russell and announces her pregnancy, where she plans to keep it this time. Gloria and Marvin make up. It's now New Year's Eve again. This time the foursome bring it in together. The year had its ups and downs, but they made it through. And that's the end of the movie. And my final thoughts is a lot to unpack, but we gonna get into it. So let's go. Although he had a very short scene, Joseph's energy was unmatched. He is the Kiki we all need. Savannah's mother was a hot mess. This lady would rather for her daughter to have a piece of a man than the whole one. The he's a good man Savannah part is what got me, because what's good about a cheater with a living kid and one on the way? Absolutely nothing at all. Russell had his nerve trying to tell Robin who can and can't call her house at any time of the night when he was also married and cheating for years. Troy was another hotmess.com. He may have seemed genuine at first, but them powder heads be something else. Wesley Snipes looked really handsome in this movie. John ought to be ashamed of himself. You left your wife for your secretary slash bookkeeper, whoever she was. Emptied the bank account knowing that this is how your kids will be financially taken care of. Then tried to hide homes, assets, and other things amongst all else. He should have believed Bernie when she said she was coming for it all. He effed around and found out and was looking crazy in the end. I wonder if his little mistress still wanted him after finding out the luxury she thought she was going to ride off in the sunset with got tapped. Kenneth was also another one trying to have his cake and eat it too. Then started looking crazy when he no longer had any pull. Marvin was a stand-up guy that clocked Gloria's tea, but it was all from a place of love. Tariq was just doing what any 17-year-old male would be doing. Savannah is a successful television producer who believes that one day her married lover will leave his wife for her. She later realizes that he won't and eventually ends things. In the end, she chose herself and waited on her knight in shining armor. And I love that for her. Bernie abandoned her career and dreams of having a catering business, instead raised a family and supported her husband John of 11 years in building his businesses. The betrayal of being left for a white woman sent her into an emotional tailspin. In the end, she was able to find herself again while getting everything she deserved financially. I also love that for her. Robin is a high-powered executive and the longtime mistress of Russell, whom has a hard time finding someone suitable due to the fact that she picks the wrong man to fall in love with. In the end, after realizing Russell was never going to leave his wife and getting knocked up by him a second time, finally chose herself. I love that for her. And let me just add that her lingerie pieces in this film were given. Gloria, a salon owner and single mother, was to me kind of like the voice of reason out of the group, but at the same time turned a blind eye to her own situations because she held out hope for her ex-husband slash Tariq's father when this man was playing for both teams. I'm glad that he eventually came clean so she could start her healing process. In the end, she was able to find love with the new neighbor and let Tariq live life on his own terms. And I love that for her. All in all, this movie showed true sisterhood as they supported and listened to one another vent about life and love. They are just like any other woman in life, wanting to be chosen and loved properly. Let's not forget supported. If I had to choose which friend I related to the most, I would have to say all of them in a way. The foursome as a whole in the successful career aspect, Gloria in the voice of reason aspect, Savannah in the no kids yet aspect, Robin's situation with Troy. I've experienced the powder head in the past, and I just will not do that again. Bernie in the coming for everything I'm old aspect. Lastly, the foursome as a whole in the beauty aspect, because they are all gorgeous. Well, that's all I got for this video. Please subscribe, like, share, leave your thoughts about this video in the comments. God loves you. God loves me. I will see you again in the next one. Bye bye now.